Some believe a lackluster international response has allowed the Ebola virus to enter Europe and the United States. Latin American leaders fear their nations could be next, so they held a meeting in Havana to discuss how to fight the spread of Ebola.
If this threat is not contained and resolved in West Africa with an immediate, effective international response, backed by adequate resources, coordinated by the World Health Organization and the United Nations, it could become one of the most severe pandemics in the history of humanity.
So despite its relatively small size, Cuba is deploying hundreds of medical staff to fight Ebola, and now is calling on the United States to partner with it to fight the outbreak. It is an uncomfortable invitation for the U.S. American foreign policy prevents direct cooperation even in the battle against Ebola. So for now, it remains diplomatically estranged from Cuba.
We've always at the same time said, though, that the Cuban government needs to take certain steps in order for the relationship to improve.
But the Cuban president says those long-standing grievances will only hurt global efforts to coordinate a high-level response to containing Ebola. It's calling on the U.S. to do more.
Cuba is willing to work shoulder to shoulder with all other countries, including the United States. According to the Cuban health system and its modest experience, coordinated willpower is needed.
Cuba often deploys doctors and nurses to regional crises like it did in the aftermath of the Haitian earthquake in 2010.
Meeting this crisis is going to require that we draw on each other's collective experience.
And while the U.S. Secretary of State is praising the latest Cuban response to the Ebola crisis, so far it has done little to warm diplomatic relations between Cuba and the United States. Kimberly Helkett, Al Jazeera, Washington.